Hello, I'm Wayne with modularhydro.com. We're going to show you how we germinate our seeds utilizing, and we think we've got it pretty much down to a science, so we're going to show you how we do it anyways. A germination tray, propagation tray, with a humidity dome, and also what they call a seedling heat mat, which is available at pretty much any hydroponic store. But more importantly, we're going to show you how to regulate the temperature in this tray. Ultimately, we like the temperature to be between 80 degrees and 85 degrees. That's 86, 87, it's okay, but we like between 80 and 85. And if you look, this tray has been set up with the heat mat, and it's been running for about 6 hours. And it takes really 4 to 6 hours to find out what your maximum temperature is going to be. Now, the key is we have two different thermometers. We're actually micromanaging this entire tray from start to finish. On the bottom side, we simply drill a hole in the front, and we have it, what they call it's just a mini thermometer that we can place in and just lay there, so we can constantly monitor our bottom of the tray temperature. And on the lid, if you notice, on the inside, there's a little suction cup. And you can buy these at Walmart. They're $1.99 I maybe paid for it. It works beautifully inside your tray. Look at that. You can lift your towel at any time and see what your temperature is. But the difference between temperature on your bottom and your top side, or your inside your humidity dome, which is really like a tropical rainforest, and that's what you want. You want to see all these beads of water, and you want the air inside, that's inside this humidity dome, you want it to be right around 80 to 85 degrees. That's the ultimate. Now, how you regulate the temperature. It is important that you get some sort of styrofoam. When you buy this mat, you don't just want to throw it on your tabletop or on your countertop. What's going to happen is, whatever you set it on is going to want to pull the heat. You want the heat going up this way, and then regulate. So what you want to do is just, what I'm using is just the styrofoam sheet. It's 1/2 inch thick. You can use bubble wrap and roll that out and lay it on, or you can use a bunch of dish towels to set the tray on. What it's going to do is give a little bit of an air gap, and it's going to keep the heat going upwards versus down into whatever the heat mat is sitting on. Okay, once you do that, you want to wait at least 4 to 6 hours, find out what your temperature is before you take and put in either, let's say, your rock wool cube or your Sure-to-Grow, before you place that inside of your dome. Now, there's a difference between these two. The Sure-to-Grow, which a lot of our systems actually come with this grow medium, you want to take and make sure that your tray is at least 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch with water in it. And that's why it takes a good 4 to 6 hours to bring it up to temperature. You want to charge your Sure-to-Grow before you put your seed into it, and before it goes into the propagation tray. We have videos on that. You just simply dip it in your water, give it 2 or 3 shakes, put your seed inside, close it up, lift your lid, and place it in that water. You want this net cup, whether it's 2 inch or 3 inch or whatever size you're using, you want that at least in 1/4 inch of water, upwards to 1/2 inch water. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Let it go for at least 3 days, and then take a look at it. Now, what we also do is we'll take a towel and we throw it on top of the humidity dome, and what this towel does is it keeps light out. If a little light gets in, it's not a big deal, but it does keep the light out. But also, more importantly, it helps us regulate the temperature. In other words, the heat doesn't come up, hit this plastic dome, and then just dissipate outward. What we're doing, in a sense, is we're blocking that heat. We want to be between 80 and 85 degrees inside. Now, if you want to regulate that heat, let's say it's a little bit too high, just go ahead and open a side or open a front like this, and let some of that heat get out. You want to keep an eye on your temperature gauges, your thermometers, and you want to maintain between 80 and 85. Now, if you're finding out during the summer months it's just too warm, simply take a dish towel and place it between the actual heating pad and the tray itself, and that gives you a little bit of an air gap and a little bit of an area where it's not going to transfer as much heat upwards. So you can regulate the heat in different ways, because when you buy these, they don't have an actual rheostat where you can set the heat. It's basically 18 watts. It's meant to bring the ambient temperature up about 10 degrees, but we're just showing you how you can regulate this. Now, the big difference is if you're using like a rock wool type cube like this, you're not going to want a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of water inside of this tray. If you notice, there's grooves on the bottom of these trays. You want to bring that water level up about even with the groove. You want to make sure that you soak this completely for at least 30 minutes. Go to growdan.com and you can see how they prepare these. Soak it for about 30 minutes. Give it 3 or 4 good shakes. Go ahead and plant your seed in and then set it directly into your propagation tray. So I hope this helps out and gives you a little bit more of an insight how we regulate our temperature utilizing this method of germinating seeds. And once you do this, you'll find out that your germination, the speed of rate is incredible. It's 2 to 3 days difference. Again, I'm Wayne with modularhydro.com. For more informative videos such as this, go to modularhydro.com. Thank you.